We're back this morning with our ongoing series, Coronavirus and the Classroom. If your kids haven't started the new school year yet, they're going to be heading back soon enough, ours in the next couple of weeks. And this year, there is just as much uncertainty, obviously, if not more, when it comes to keeping everybody safe due to COVID.
That's right. So we know that a lot of you have questions about how to best do that. So we've brought in NBC senior medical correspondent, Dr. John Torres, to really help you navigate the new school year. So Dr. Torres, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, we're doing great. Our first question comes from Mike in Texas, and he asks, when will kids under 12 be able to get the vaccine?
And, you know, by far, one of the best ways to keep them safe is for everybody around them to be vaccinated. But for them to get vaccinated, it's going to be important as well. But for those kids under the age of 12, it's still going to take a little bit of time. And right now, according to the timeline of when data is going to be submitted from the human trials and the authorization might happen, it looks like for kids 5 to 12, sometime around Thanksgiving, probably before Thanksgiving, maybe even October, they could start getting shots. For kids under the age of 12, under the age of 5, we're probably talking early next year. And then for kids under the age of 2, we're probably talking even later in the winter of next year. And so it's happening. It's just not happening as fast as some would like, but we want to make sure it's safe and effective for them, Morgan.
Yeah, I think for a lot of parents, this can't happen soon enough. All right, here, this is our next question. This comes from Adam in Georgia. Okay, doctor, should COVID testing become routine for children in school?
And, you know, Peter, I just got back from the Olympics, and they were doing routine testing for some. For others, they were doing more symptomatic testing, and it proved to be very effective. And we know routine testing in schools is difficult to implement. So instead, what the CDC is saying, let's test based on symptoms. So if somebody has an exposed confirmed case, if they've been in a pod or a cluster of somebody who's been exposed, they should be tested at that point. If they're experiencing symptoms, they need to be tested at that point as well. But as far as routine testing on a daily basis, that's not being recommended yet. However, if cases start to go up, if there starts to be more outbreaks, it might start moving into that area.
So, Dr. John, besides just the vaccine, Spiro, who's a teacher from Illinois, asks, what else can we do to really keep kids healthy?
And it's important to keep them healthy throughout the school day. And you can do that. You can keep them in school and keep them healthy. And what we know is them getting back to school is extremely important for their social development, their educational development, their physical development. And for parents, it's important kids go back, too, for their parental development. And so you want to do it safely. And that means a few things. Social distancing. The CDC has said 3 feet is adequate indoors for classrooms. You also want to make sure they're masking when they're indoors, not necessarily outdoors unless they're in crowded environments. And then in cases like that, they're going to need to be masked. So what do you need to do? Well, there's certain things you want to bring with you to school. You want to make sure that the kids have as well. Extra masks are going to be important. You want to have a clean case for masks so that way they're not just pulling them out of a pocket they might have had their hands in. And then have hand sanitizer handy so they can wash it, they can keep their hands clean during the day, cleaning wipes to wipe down surfaces. Think about what we've been doing for this last year. You want to make sure they do that as well as time goes on. Now, as far as before you send them off to school and keeping them safe, taking their temperature is extremely important. So that doesn't necessarily mean taking their temperature all the time with a thermometer, but just keeping an eye on them, making sure that you don't think they have a fever. Pack them a lunch so they're not getting food from a buffet. And then when they come home from school, if you work in school, when you come home, and this is what we do in the emergency room since I've been in the emergency room, change your clothes, take a quick shower. That way you're keeping them safe and you're keeping the family safe as well.
I like that idea about a clean case for your kids' mask as well, if they put the case, if they use the case. And this comes finally from our third grader, Charlotte in New York. She asks, will schools offer mask breaks during the day for students?
You know, and I understand what Charlotte's talking about because on my way to Tokyo, I wore my mask. This mask for about 20 hours, and after a while, you just want a break. Well, in school, you're going to get breaks when you go outdoors. Don't necessarily need to wear masks unless you're in close environments with a lot of people. Indoors, they might have separate rooms where they say you can go and take a break. However, indoors, you really don't want to take your mask off. You want to wait till that's outdoors. But getting those breaks every now and then, that could certainly help out. So hopefully they're doing that for you.
Yeah. All right. Dr. John Torres for us. Dr. John, thank you as always.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.